Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray and today we continue into level 2 Megabase, where we are starting out by sorting one of the main issues we have in terms of expanding our power. As you can see right now, these are running at insane speeds, but our steel can't keep up whatsoever. We are requesting 2,000 more than what we can supply. Accumulators are somewhat good. So let's start by doing a massive steel expansion. Might go a bit north this time, just to try and balance it out. So let's steal this a few times and add in a lot more steel. We will need to say, what if we do, oh, there we are. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do 5 and see how this goes. This should give us a lot more steel production. If it's too much or too little, we'll know in just a little bit. And let's get down our other radars among other things so we can get this sorted out. There we are. So let's just mark it on the map. That will be a bit more steel. So here we are. Steel production. We will need so much steel that it is silly. But yeah, that is just the thing we should do right now. Do massive expansions to get enough placed down. Thinking of doing the same with copper and iron up this way, and then we'll just stick with what we talked about last episode, doing rows of what we want. That could be a quite fun way to do it, and hopefully our robots can supply enough the way it is. Power wise, we are still holding strong. We're not doing any research. That can be part of it, but that is what we're going to go with until we sort this out. The rest are filling up a bit, but yeah, batteries still lacking, pretty much because of the accumulators, which is building up. They are all put down up here. They are building a lot quicker than our solar panels at the moment because of our steel situation, but luckily they are buffering a bit now. So when we want to expand power, we can do it somewhat effortlessly. Effortlessly? Something like that. But yeah, we'll just have to see if we'll need more production on this in the future. Right now at least it is running as intended. So let's start to expand out a few other things. As you can see, our copper is starting to lag a bit. We are not moving in enough to fill this up anymore. And that is because we are consuming quite a bit. So let's start to fill in more of the copper patches we have nearby. This one should be close to something we can cover in things. Get away, stupid trees. There is so many. And what other copper patches do we have? We have some out here. We could consume. We do have this small amount right here. We might as well just get removed or mined even. It is a bit silly that we have it here, so let's just do this quickly to get it done. Here is our robot ports. There we are. That should slowly clear itself out. In terms of bigger patches, we have some up here that could be nice to just get inside our range. And we'll probably just need to fill this with the robot ports before we do it, since we'll have a break in our supply line that we don't want. So let's do this quickly. Just fill these ones in. And then when we get to a point where we can start to throw in what's it called? Solar panels. That is what we're gonna do. Because as it looks right here, we will have a small gap in what we can do. Could probably do solar panels from right here and up here, but we could also just leave it open for now and just add in normal. I think that's what we're gonna do for now, just to get it covered. That's good. That seems good as well. So that should add in rubber ports everywhere, giving us enough power to, not power, but enough coverage to start to tap into these, which are the next thing we are gonna do. So here we are. Solar wise, we'll need to add in a bit more to go over to dispatch. Or we could skip out of it. We'll need to add in more solar anyway. These are filling up quite nicely. So what if we just start with some solar from over here? Or tier 2 ones. Please add in some. That would be quite nice to do. Let's just cover up this area as well. That'll give us a small amount of things here we'll have to do with minus. Let's just start from there. Oh, we can barely reach. There we are. Let's just fill it in like that. Here it fits. And that is looking quite good in terms of getting all of this covered. There we are. Have a small amount out here. Let's just get that inside the fold. There we are. So that's more iron. That is still holding strong. We're getting close to the copper patch. And we could also tap this one. And this small amount right here. So let's just do that. Please take this part into the fold. There we go. Oh. Let's get them lined up correctly. There we are. We do have a small amount here we can tap. That is actually something I would very much like to do. Let's see, rubber ports right there. We'll need to add in some landfill to this part. Just to get things hooked up correctly. There we are. And you will be quite easy to tap into if we just do that. And remove this part, I think. And that part. So let's tap into this. We can actually do this. Oh, we'll do it later. But then we'll tap into this little field here. Let's just do it nice and easily. Here, here, and there. That is fine. The rest we will remove in a little while. Should probably cover this lake as well, just to make it look good. That seems good enough. Can we do it right here as well? Just barely. But that will give us the coverage we need to get what's called rubber ports put in and tap into this 5 million ore patch. Let's also just hook this one up to the rest of our network. Shouldn't be that hard to do. Start from the other side as well, going over that way. There we are. Again, showing the power of the modular build, being able to do this. So there we are, a ton of robots in the air, trying to do their job, power-wise. Yeah, we are just scraping by. We have pretty much doubled the power now. As you can see, they're both almost at the same. As soon as we put down 400 more of these, we will hit the same amount as we have up here. So that's why they're pretty much lining up next to each other. The same with our accumulators. So that is actually quite nice. So in the few episodes since we added the advanced solar panels, we've pretty much doubled what we are producing. And things are slowly building up. Accumulators are just filling up so fast. They are producing at a lot quicker rate than the solar panels, mostly because we don't really have the speed to keep up with the steel. Even with this entire setup here, we are still not flying in enough. Sorry about that. But yeah, luckily our input should be enough. Though we'll have to monitor this situation quite closely and maybe move some of this out to other areas later to have more flying in. Of course, that also means we'll need a lot more robots to be outputted. I was looking for that one. This is working quite fast. I think here I might want to change this one to what's called to have a surplus of not 100 but maybe 1,000 to keep it running at a nice speed. But then again, if our power can't handle it, it doesn't really matter. And we might just leave it as is for now. Let's upgrade you. You're definitely not taking them out fast enough. Might not be getting things in fast enough either, but yeah, just to be sure that we can produce them at a nice quick rate. Yeah, that looks good. This is also building up. So all in all, our base is running very, very smooth. It's just the steel that's holding us back. And even all of this is not producing enough, which is quite insane. How's production looking? 11k per minute, consuming all of that. Can probably even consume more. Yep, that is exactly the case. And that's because these solar panels are taking quite a lot. But yeah, I don't think I want to produce faster than 100 a minute. With 100 a minute, that's almost one of these, about 130. So that means we can place down like 30 or 25 or something like that. 20 to 25 each episode if we wanted to expand power. Which in my book is quite good. So let's dismantle the rest of our main base but our starter base that we didn't get last episode. Some of it is because it was just stuck right here. And there we are. We'll have to remove all of you as well. That one. All of this down to here. You can go away. You can go away. Because we do have the rest hooked up correctly now. That'll get removed. This will slowly get removed. As soon as we get the radars down, we'll be able to see the rest. And then we can dismantle that as well. This one, these are empty, so in theory could remove that part. And this one, just to get a bit more into our system. You can go away. Yeah, something like that is good. This is all getting removed. Let's just keep it at that. So a lot of things going on in our base at the moment. Just having a look at all the things. And we should probably also start to expand this out a bit more. We can still support it. We might need it as well. So what if we just add in more just to build up a bit of storage? Or just add in more steel and copper. Do we want to go all the way down to here? We're just going closer to the patches, so that's actually not too bad. And then we'll just have things flying into this area from both sides. Oh, that could be cool. So let's try this. Oh, not do, please. Please do rubber ports to there. And then we can pretty much take both of these at the same time. So we have a nice orderly setup. You can go, ooh, a game does not like it when we pick up just two of these. Yeah, that's a bit too many entities for it to like that. So let's try it one more time just to see how mad it gets. Because if we do it to here, we should be able to do 3 of them at a time. Ooh, not a happy camper. Can we do one more just to have... Oh, there we go. That's gonna strain our base a bit. But that means we can mark out everything to be copper, iron, and steel. And then we're all the way down at our oil production now. So that means we actually have expanded this down an insane amount. Copper, and copper right here. Of course, our base is probably going to struggle a bit supplying this much, but I don't really mind. We need to expand this out to have our inputs secured for the future. There we are. So that's a massive expansion. We still have a surplus of these two, so that's not really anything we need. Plastic is still going strong. But at least then we have the production we need. We'll just have to remember to max the power so it can keep up. Which we are doing as much as humanly possible. Let's put down some more. Because that is pretty much the only thing that's holding us back. Is that. There we go. That will give us right on the edge of our copper patch. And then we'll just do a nice little thing around here. So now that we have this hooked up, we should be at a good place for it to fill in this copper patch with miners. Of course, we can take out pretty much all of that and this one. And that as well. It should be connected up the other way around. And then we'll just do what we have done so many times, placing down a ton of miners to cover this entire patch. There we go. And the opposite way as well. Right. Here, there, and there. So there we go. That is another copper patch inside our logistic range. Ooh, there's even more here. So let's just expand out that way. Because we need to expand out the power anyway, so we might as well just get it done. Add in some tier 2 solar grids over here. To continue over this way. Want to grab that. Any other copper somewhere close? We can go for this one. Maybe just doing this to get over there. Adding in 2, we could add in, no, I'll go above, over the copper patch. Over the coal patch. So let's wait with that. But it does look like this is not taken from here because we are lacking robots. Holy moly. Did our power run out? Ooh, it just barely survived through the night. But I'm guessing that this is straining things quite a bit until we get it up and running. At least we are requesting pretty much all modules we have in storage to get this to work. And as soon as these are filled up, we should be at a good place again. In theory, now to think about, instead of doing one of these, we could just surround each one of these with a line of green circuits, or green chests, or maybe on each side. Couldn't that be a quite cool thing to do instead? Because then we'll always have the buffer with us like we did before. This was just to get even more in since we didn't use that many. So what if we do something like this? We might yeah guys, let's do this. I want to try something new. We can test it out on the steel. We can leave this one if you want for now. But what if we did this? So maybe on the outer edge here, will that fit in with... Oh, this doesn't have any rubber ports. Don't the other ones have that? Nope. But what if we take down the line here along this to spread out the charging, doing the same over here? Will there be room for a rubber port? Can't we just test that? Don't we have one in range? We can steal that one. So all except one. So if you take away that one, maybe this one, just to make it look a bit good, here and here, then we should have a bit buffered, just moving around. Maybe a bit too much buffered. Maybe do half of this. Let's deconstruct this for now, so we don't get in too much. But I think that could be a good way to do it. Or we could fill up one of these blocks in here with the... So what if we do that instead? At 6. That means we'll have 24 in each cell. Will that supply it in fast enough if we have that in every cell? I think that will be good enough. And then we'll just move it around with these. And we should... Oh yeah, we can do it on this one. Over here we'll just have to do it in these instead. So that means we'll just fill up these. Oh, that's gonna look good, guys. Let's try this as a new solution for storing ore. Please do those two in here. And then we'd like to copy this one to down here. Could do it in the middle as well. So we have 36, but that might be a bit overkill in terms of what we want to move in. That way we can remove this one. So let's try that, and let's stop all of these from working. Please just go to 0 and do it all the way across here. That means that none of these will request anymore. We'll just do that all the way down to there. Meaning these are not buffering any more iron. We'll do that in here. So that should slowly fill up. And then we'll see if this works. So let's just steal this blueprint and put it down everywhere. Just as a test. At least a test of the steel for now. I think this is going to be quite good because I do love having all of it inside the cells instead of next to them. Because that remembering to add in a few buffers once in a while is a bit annoying. But we could still have the main centralized buffer system as well, if we wanted. But for now, I think this will... Wow, we have so many put down. There we go. and here, and there we are. Oh, wait, that was correct. Please take this one again and place it down right there. So there we go. That is a somewhat good setup for this. Over here we'll just fill in these what's called 6 spots, because I want this to move somewhere else. Let's start over here. Let's just take U4 and put it in here, here, and here. There, and there. We actually have more spots here as well. So we have 24, 4, 8, 12, 16, 32. So a bit more in these than we have over here. But then again, we have a few more of those. That should mean we'll buffer a bit more, but it would be a lot easier to both manage out the charging and make it look good. Let's just hope it can move things in fast enough. If not, we'll just add in more. But for now, that is the setup we want to try and use. Let's see here, all of our iron smelting, getting in more buffer chests. I think that could be a very good solution. At least I'm looking forward to see how it reacts to this. That has gotten it, that has gotten it. This is still needing it. That doesn't need it, that's something else. So that is good. Now for our, what's it called, copper, pretty much the same setup. Let's do 4, just call you copper plates, that would have been a big mistake. Oh, that was not the one I wanted to take. Just looking at that one. Anything getting delivered? Something were, so let's just do it like that. That is good. Take this, place it here, all the way across, to get enough flown in to keep these running. Let's steal this entire setup, go into map view, and start to place it down. Oh, thank God that didn't line up, because it did look a bit strange. There we are, and there we go. And a few more, and then we should be done with lining all of this up. So that is all of the copper getting buffer chests. Is that correct? That is getting it, that is getting it, that is getting it. This one is missing. Same with this one then. And there we are. That is a new setup for all of this. I'll just go over and make sure. 51,000. That's a power. Probably not gonna like that. But that means we can stop. Oh, stop this one from requesting as well. Let's do it down this way. So that's requesting. Oh, this requests 0 at the moment. There we go. Let's take you, copy you, and move you over this way. There we are. All this buffering is gone, moved out into the cells, freeing up more spots for this. In terms of stone, should we just do it here as well? Because then we have stone fixed if we need it in the future as well. Don't think that is the case though, but let's just line it up anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll like for you to request stone. Please fill you in. Then we'll go stop the other massive stone import over here. So let's see, you'll just go away. Take you down, and there we go. They've all now been deactivated, meaning that this will slowly empty out, but hopefully what we are buffering in the cells will be good enough. If not, we will be in serious trouble. But we'll figure it out soon, and we can always just turn it on again. As for power, still placing down things here and there. So I think that will be a somewhat good place to stop, just letting our robots work with what they have. I think that would be the best solution. Oh, that's a horrible setup over here. Let's just fix that as the last thing. There we are. Please get placed down here, here, there, and there. There we go. Entire thing covered. Should get working, and I think that will be the last thing of this. Look how fast it's emptying out now. You can kind of see where they're dragging from, so most of them are below us. And then it goes in a nice pattern. That actually looks quite cool. So yeah, I'll end the episode here, guys. Hopefully this will work as intended. If not, we'll just have to look at it in the future. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you'll give me a like and subscribe, and then I'll see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.